Good morning and welcome to Open Heart Yoga Center. I'm Monica. So we're going to begin our morning's practice sitting down on our mats. Hope you are all having a beautiful morning or evening, depending on where you live. Beautiful. So find your favorite spot, turn off your phone, and bring your awareness within. So close your eyes and gently take your attention into your body, into this beautiful moment. Slow and deepen the breath. So we're going to sit for a moment with the breath, observing its texture, observing its rhythm. Feel like you're filling up your lungs from the bottom lobe of your lungs all the way up to the top. And when you exhale, gently pull your navel back towards your spine so you can empty your lungs all the way. Nice. And as you exhale, allowing your mind to let go of thought, of clinging onto thought. So we're gently bringing our attention to the body. Feel the sit bones on your mat. Feel the lift of your spine. Very nice. Okay, let's start by warming up with some neck rolls. So chin to chest. Keeping that lovely attention on the breath. Inhale when the throat opens. Exhale as the chin comes around the collarbones. Drawing a perfect circle with the tip of your nose. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And when your chin goes down, circle the other way. Good, and then gently bringing your head to the center. Let's inhale, arms overhead, and make temple pose. Temple pose, interlacing all the fingers except for the index fingers, and give your arms a little squeeze. On an exhale, we're going to push the palms away, chin towards the chest. And then on the inhale, temple pose, so the index fingers are stretching upwards. Exhale, interlace all the fingers, push the palms away. Stretch between your shoulder blades. Nice easy movement. Nice deep breath, waking up the spine. Good, one more. Nice breath in as you stretch up. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back. And then resting in the center. Very nice. Okay, let's shake the legs out. Get some energy in your legs. Give them a little pat. Some little love pats on either side of your legs. Wake up the energy lines here. Good, some love pats. Good, all right. So, sitting long ways on your mat, we're going to come down to lying down. So, bringing your hands to your heart, rolling down one vertebra at a time until you're lying on your mat. Looking down your body as you come down to make sure everything's in a nice straight line. Okay, arms are down by your sides. We're going to stretch the hamstrings and work the core a little bit. So taking the right leg up in the air, gently push the heel up, exhale, bring the leg down straight. And then inhale, take the left leg up, gently push the heel up, exhale, leg down straight, and so on at your own pace. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Good, Good. Next time your right leg comes up, interlace your fingers behind your right hamstring and let's gently pulse it out. And then point and flex your right foot to loosen up your ankle, all the tendons in your foot. Calf muscle, circle the ankle round, and then circle it round the other way. And then take your right knee to your chest and give it a squeeze, a nice loving hug. Close your arms. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. Feeling into this beautiful moment. Breathing into the belly, so the belly rises when you breathe in. When belly drops, little squeeze with the knee, and then take that knee over towards your right armpit. So you're opening that right hip out a little bit. Same thing, breath down in the belly. Good. Now we're going to move to our twist. So take the knee back to your chest. Left hand on your knee as you bring that right knee over across your body to the left. Head to the right, right arm stretched out in a spinal twist. Long, deep breaths. Very nice. So returning to the center, finding that nice loving hug. A nice I love you to yourself. Very healing practice. All right, the right leg's coming back up to stretch the hamstring one more time. Either little pulses or a little ab curl, bringing your forehead to your knee, depending on how warmed up you are. And then inhale, bringing your head down. On an exhale, taking that right leg down. Take your time to strengthen the knee. When your right leg joins your left leg, bring the arms behind you. Let's make sure everything's in a nice straight line. So stretch everything out, feet, legs, back, and arms. Good. Interlace your fingers, push the palms away from you, and stretch. So the little fingers touch the floor behind you, or reaching to the floor, push the heels away. And then bring your interlaced fingers underneath your head, elbows up, and chin to the chest. We're stretching back of the neck. Looking down your body, making sure it's in a nice line. Squeezing out tension that might still be in the back of your neck. Good, and then bringing your head down, keeping that lovely alignment, taking the left leg up to interlace the fingers behind the hamstring. Little movements with the left leg. Always really gentle when you're warming up. And some loving, gentle feelings towards yourself. Starting within in yoga. Okay, point and flex your left foot. Loosen up your ankle. And then circle that ankle round. And the other way. If you're a little bit stiff, you might hear your joints crackling. I don't mind, do a little bit. Good, and then take the left knee to the chest. Give it a hug. So we're going to hold it here for a few breaths. So lengthen out the back of your neck. Breathe into the belly, like a baby. On the exhale, you can hug that knee. Good, now we're taking the knee over towards your left armpit. Still a little hug, just opening the hip up a little bit, keeping that right leg straight. And then with your right hand, taking the knee over to the right, head to the left in a spinal twist. Close your eyes and breathe long and deep. First spinal twist of the day feels really good, doesn't it? So if your mind is moving into the past and the future, you can just bring it into your body, into your breath, and then coming back to the center. Little reminders in our practice, giving the left knee a nice loving hug, and then the left leg is coming up again, either pulsing your hamstring again, or holding your stretch, or head to knee. depending on how warmed up you are. And then on an inhale, bringing your head down. Exhale, that left leg is coming down straight. And when the left leg meets the right leg, bring both knees to the chest. So we're going to rock a little bit, up and down on the spine. So we're moving back a little bit, up a little bit, massaging your spine. When you come all the way up, we're going to come up to the boat with your legs out, about halfway up. And then once you've got it, lift the spine a little bit. So I'm holding onto the hamstrings, shins are parallel to the mat. Good, okay, see if you can let go. Arms overhead and stretch to lengthen the spine. Great, okay, giving your knees a little hug in to your chest. To stretch the low back, drop your head. Good, okay. So bringing the soles of your feet together. We're doing Ardhachandrasana, one of my favorite warm-up stretches. So wrapping your fingers around your toes, little butterfly movements with your knees. Good, okay, forehead towards your toes. And rolling up one vertebra at a time. When you come all the way up, let's take the left leg out, straight out from your hip, and then take the right leg in the pigeon. So either holding your right leg like you're rocking a baby, or take your left hand on your right foot and your right hand on your right knee, and moving the hip side to side. So feel into your hip and find a place that feels really good. And then close your eyes. Just let that right hip loosen up. Send yourself some loving kindness. Just like you would to your baby, if you were rocking a baby. Good, then take hold of your right leg right above your ankle. Give your foot a little shake. So feel that looseness down in your foot. And then bring the foot down to the inside of your left leg, making an L shape. Find your sitting bones by rocking from side to side. Then stretch your arms overhead, look up. Exhale, coming forward and down. We're stretching that left hamstring from a different position, head to knee. Long, deep breaths. Good, reaching your arms over your right leg. Inhale, engage your core to come up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Nice. Okay, shake your legs out. And then we're going to rock the left leg like a baby. So either wrapping your arms all the way around your leg like this, or holding your foot and holding your knee. Whichever feels better for that hip. Stress and tension in the hips goes to your lower back, doesn't it? And then that affects your posture, your digestion, your mood, the discs in your spine. Good, and then holding right above your ankle, little squeeze, and then shake out your foot. So I'm not moving the foot, I'm just shaking. And then bringing your left foot to the side of your right leg. Right leg is nice and straight and strong. Inhale to stretch up. Exhale, forward and down, head to knee. We're using a prop. Good, then reaching your arms over your right leg, engage your core to come up and stretch up, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Wonderful. Okay, let's come to hands and knees. So hands and knees, and hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders. We're going to do figure of 8. So when you find your position, you can join me. Intuitively moving in a figure of 8. You might move differently than me. Stretching the spine laterally. Little back bend, and a little child's-like pose. And then figure of 8 the other way. Loosening up the hips, the shoulders, and the spine. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to find an upward dog variation. So hands are right under the shoulders, and the arms really straight. And go on your tippy toes so your legs are just hovering above the mat. Shine out the heart. Push your arms down very strongly. And then look up. From here, this is inhale. Exhale is going to be downward facing dog. So you're using the muscles right around your belly button. And then come back down to this upward dog variation. So I'm staying on the tippy toes, shining out the heart, looking up, pushing those shoulders down away from the ears. Downward facing dog. Exhale, coming down. Upward dog. Inhale, downward dog. And upward dog. Last one, downward dog. Upward dog. And then we're going to child's pose. So drop the knees, strong arms and shoulders to find extended child's pose. Long deep breaths. Okay, taking the arms over to the left. You know I love this stretch for the shoulder and the back muscles. Sending the breath to the rib cage. To the right lung, and then go the other way. So you're sending the breath to the left side and the left lung. Lots of space. Creating space in this practice, both physically, we're opening up the space between the ribs here, and also psychologically, that we feel more spacious, not so stressed, not so contracted in our energy. Okay, let's do another downward facing dog movement, little core work. So walk out your dog to start, and then we're going to take the right leg high in a three-legged dog. Stack your hips if you want. I got my right leg very straight and stretchy. And then bring your right knee towards your forehead in a plank variation. And then inhale, leg up in the air. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards your forehead in a plank variation, rounding your back. Good, and then we're going to step to a lunge. So the right foot is going to step between your hands. Left knee gently to the mat. Arms overhead, low lunge. Little pulses in the low lunge. Nice deep breaths. Good, now let's open up the arms. So I'm twisting to the left, arms are parallel to the mat. I'm still sinking in the hips though, looking at the left thumb. Inhale, arms overhead. Sink those hips, little pulses. And then open up to the right. So I'm twisting right, looking at my right thumb. Arms parallel to the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Interlace all the fingers. Push the palms up. Big stretch for the arms and the shoulders. Good. Now interlacing those fingers behind your back. Give the shoulders a little squeeze or a back bend. Good. Arms are coming back overhead, and we're going back to downward facing dog. So walk it out in downward facing dog. Good, and then knees, chest, chin to cobra. Our first cobra, first little dip, might not be your full back bend. Just as much cobra as you feel like doing, and then either downward dog or child's pose. Counter stretch that back bend. Long deep breaths. So if you're in child's pose, meet us in downward facing dog. And then we're going to do that core exercise with the other leg. So the left leg is coming high in a three-legged dog. If you want to really stretch out that left leg and stack the hips a little bit, that's okay too. And then bringing the left knee towards your forehead. Plank variation. Inhale. Three-legged dog. Exhale. Knee towards your forehead, round the back. Moving with your breath. And then we're taking the left foot between your hands. So coming to that low lunge, right knee is coming down, and then arms overhead. Little pulses in the hips. Good, then opening your arms out to the right, so looking at your right thumbs. And then inhale, arms overhead, stretch up, and then a little twist to the left, so I'm looking at my left thumb. And then arms overhead, interlace your fingers differently than how you did it before. So the other thumb is on the top, stretching the shoulders, sinking the hips, and then interlacing your fingers behind your back. Same thing, the interlace is different, and a little back bend. Good. Letting those arms float back up. We're going right back to downward facing dog. Walking it out. Good. And then knees, chest, chin to cobra. Little dip to cobra. And then once we get to cobra, we're coming back down to lying on the mat, face down. So lying on the mat, face down. And we're going to do Salambhasana or the locust. So, little variation for the locust. Interlace your fingers how we just did behind your back. If you can get your palms together, fine. If not, just leave the fingers interlaced. Forehead is on the mat. On an inhale, we're going to lift the legs and the arms and look up. And then exhale, come down. Inhale to lift into the locust. Exhale down. Inhale, lift into the locust. Arms and legs up. Exhale down. Two more. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale to lift. And exhale down. All right, taking a little rest. So have the palms facing up, toes in and heels out. And feel your breath in your spine. Lift and lay the spine. Good, now turn your head the other way, so we're stretching the neck the other way. Okay, so coming onto your elbows for the Sphinx. In the Sphinx pose, we're going to bring the legs together. So rock your legs until they're together and gently point your toes. Good. Lifting up out of the waist and looking up. Good. All right. First plank pose, really to hold. So tucking your toes under, finding a plank. And we're going to try a side plank. This might not be for everyone. So leaning onto the right elbow, stacking your left foot on top of your right foot. That left arm is coming up. And then if you can try this one, bringing the left arm over to get a nice stretch on the left side as you lift a little bit into the plank. This is pretty challenging for your balance, I think. Good, and then coming back to the plank, we'll do the other side. So I'm stacking the right foot on top of the left foot, or side by side. Right arm coming up, so look at your right thumb if you can. And then if it's available, that right arm to come over. Good, and then coming back to the plank. coming back down to the Sphinx. Good. All right, you ready for downward facing dog? So walk your hands in so your elbows glue into your rib cage. Coming up to a little cobra, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Okay, let's take the right foot forward. So we're doing a high lunge. Right foot is between your hands, or you may have your bricks here. Here's the bricks, or bricks could be here too. Left leg is nice and straight. And then we're going to straighten the right leg, head to knee, or shin. Good, and then turning the long way on your mat, we're doing Prasarita, Padahastasana, wide angle standing forward bend. Holding onto your elbows and let your body hang. Hamstrings, hip, and lower back. Okay, bring your elbows towards me, straight ahead. So your back is like a tabletop. Very strengthening for your back and your core. Breathe as you come all the way up. Nice. Good, all right, let the arms float up. And then bring the arms parallel to the mat. Ta-da, we're in triangle. Taking the right foot out. So we're going to twist before we do regular triangle. So turn your body towards your right outstretched leg. Your toes are facing the short end of the mat. Bring your left hand down and twist to the right, so the right hand's coming up. This is a twisty triangle. You might grab your brick here. You might be like this. If you're very twisty, left hand goes to the outside of your right foot. Good, all right, taking the right hand down or on your brick. The left hand is coming up, so I'm in triangle pose, Trikonasana, or you can walk your right hand up to your leg. Good, take your left arm over your ear, reach your right arm out parallel to your left arm, and we're engaging the core to come up. Stretch up. Good. Okay, arms are back, parallel to the mat, nice and straight and strong. Sinking down into, guess what, Warrior Two. So Warrior Two, you've got your right ankle right underneath your knee, turning your head, looking over your right fingers. And then we're going to go to half moon pose. Lots of you love this balance, I know I do. So the right hand is coming down to your brick or down to the mat, a little bit over to the right. So you've got to kind of practice with this. Where do you want your right hand to go? I've got mine over a little bit to the right and in front of me a little bit. Now, for those of you where half moon pose is getting very easy, you can try to stretch your quadricep by taking hold of your left foot or ankle with your left hand and give your quad a stretch. Challenging your balance a little bit more, and then letting that leg float back out again. Again, if it's getting easy, looking up to your left thumb, and then we're going to step back to Warrior Two. So bend your right knee, find the floor, Warrior Two. Nice one. Okay, flip the right palm up, we're doing Exalted Warrior. Nice. All right, and then cartwheeling your shoulders around, back to the low lunge. So low lunge is the ball of your left foot. Take a moment here, let your hips stretch, and then we're going to go to Prasarita. So moving both feet long ways towards the long ways of your mat, wide angle forward bend. Okay, so now hold your elbows the opposite way you did before. Bring the elbows towards me and then lift. So you're using your core to come all the way up. Elbows up towards the ceiling. And then let the arms float up. Good. Arms are parallel to the mat. Left toes turn out. Moving your body towards your left leg. So you're facing your left leg. Right hand's coming down. Twisting triangle. or right hand moves to the outside of your left foot. Nice. Keeping that hamstring a little stretched, and then we're floating up to triangle pose. So the left hand can be on your left leg, can be down on the mat, can be on a brick. Reaching up with that right arm. Looking to your right thumb. Then the right arm comes over. Left arm, if you want to challenge your core, on the inhale, coming all the way up and stretch up. Good. Okay. Here we are, back to warrior two. Once you find your warrior two, turning your head to look over your left fingers, and then we're going to find our half moon. So left hand is coming a little bit towards the outside of the mat, and then right leg's coming up. And then if you tried that quad stretch with your left leg, you should probably do it on the right leg. So right hand trying to reach for your ankle or your right foot until you can give that quad a little squeeze. Good, and then release that leg back out. Looking up to your right thumb. When you're ready, we're going to step back to warrior pose. So bending that left knee, landing your right foot with balance. So strengthening for your hips, isn't it? Looking over your left fingers. Flip the left palm up, right arm down. Exalted warrior. Try to sink it down in your lunge just a little bit. And then cartwheeling your arms around. We're finding the low lunge. So on the ball of your right foot, take a moment in low lunge and let your hips stretch. Good. Downward facing dog and walk it out. Good. Knees, chest, chin to cobra. And child's pose. Any variation of child's pose that you like. And slow and deepen your breath. Okay, let's roll up one vertebra at a time. And then when you come all the way up, take your legs out and give them a little shake. Good. All right. Bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes. Got the legs stretched out and long ways on the mat. Close the eyes and breathe long and deep. Taking your awareness to the present moment. Grounding into your sit bones. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, take the arms overhead and look up. Exhale, coming forward and down. Hinging from your waist. Big stretch. Ardhachandrasana. Good, and then reaching over your legs. Inhale, coming up. Hands back to your heart. Good, all right. Hands behind you, fingertips pointing in. Point your toes. We're doing the reverse plank. So lifting the hips, head's going back. Or you could do this with your knees bent. Good, and then coming all the way down. Good, finding your sit bones. hands to your heart, and then rolling down one vertebra at a time. As you come down, if you want to do shoulder stand on your brick, have your brick by the ready here, taking your time coming all the way down. When you come all the way down, we're going to do legs up in the air to end our class. So legs up in the air can be simply legs up in the air, lying on your back. Here's one way. Inversions are very, very restful for your circulatory system and for the veins in your legs. Another way to do it is taking your brick or your bolster, putting it under your separately up joint, and then legs up in the air. Here's another way. Third way, shoulder stand. Shoulder stand, bringing your feet behind you in the plow, bringing your shoulders in a little bit, holding on to your back as you bring the legs up. Okay, if you're in shoulder stand, bringing your legs back to the plow, either together or one at a time. And then rolling down one vertebra at a time. When you roll down from shoulder stand, if you can try to keep your hands down on the mat and try to keep your head in contact with the mat all the way down. So you take this very slowly, bending your knees as much as you need to, and try not to let your head snap up as you come down. So you've got to use your core a lot. And the hamstrings feel very stretchy here. So you're as if you're in sitting forward bend most of the way down. And then bringing the legs down, nice and easy. And then when you come all the way down, finding a lying release pose. So Shavasana looks like this. Palms of the face up, palms of the hands up. Feet apart, toes out and heels in. Good. So as you're lying in Shavasana, let's do a little tension release exercise. So to do this, you lift your right leg off the mat an inch or so and tense it up, and then drop it. Then lift the left leg up an inch or so, tense all the muscles up, and then drop it. Tense your buttocks, and then drop. Make fists with your hands and squeeze, so you tense your arms, lift your arms up an inch or so, and then open your hands wide, and then drop. Lift your back off the mat, so you're using all the back muscles, and then drop. Tense your throat like you're going to swallow, and hold your breath, and then release. Now tense your face, squish your eyes, then open your eyes and stick out your tongue. And then relax. Now close your eyes in Shavasana and completely relax. I'm going to hold the space for you as we relax together for a few minutes, integrating this relaxation, this feeling of release. So let the whole nervous system really feel it. Long, deep, slow breaths. So your belly is soft and your chest is open. Your limbs are relaxed. Spine and back muscles are relaxed. Expression on your face is relaxed. Eyes are closed, so the eyes are relaxed. sending some love and appreciation to this moment, to your aliveness, or to aliveness. Does it belong to you particularly? This magnificent beingness. And let go of worry about the future, pain of the past. Enjoy being alive, resting here and now. Letting go. Good. Now, bringing your awareness back to your breath. And then gently starting to add some movement into your hands and your feet. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then roll over to one side and join me in a meditation pose. So we'll sit together for a few more moments in meditation, enjoying being here and now together, which we always are. But we're bringing this to our focus, this beautiful life that we all share, this one life. Gentle focus, gentle appreciation. Bringing your hands to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Monica. This is Open Heart Yoga Center, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow at 9:15. Namaste. Thank you all so much. And I wish you all a really beautiful day or a beautiful evening. See you next time.